Welcome back, everybody. Today is all about progressing through the main story. Right now, this video is going to be following Vigo down, and we are going to progress through the main story as I tried to do the Barbarian class quest, and that did not work out so well because I neglected the main story. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like this thing is completely bugged. I have tried it from 3 different directions, and it will not let me into the town. So if you are trying to progress and gain levels and not progressing through the main story, you might have to rethink that, because as I hit level 15 and unlocked the Barbarian class only quest, I was not able to progress through it, and that was very unfortunate. But today we are going to do some adventuring in World Tier 2 on our Barbarian. We are going to progress through the main quest line, and we are going to be using Lunging Strike as our main attack. We are going to be using Rend as our secondary, and of course we got Leap and Rallying Cry. Right now we are playing the Barbarian, and some of this is familiar as I did play Barbarian in the beta. Now this is a little bit of a repeat, and of course this is official early launch, early access, which is a lot of fun. I am really glad I pre-purchased the game for early access, and we are doing commentary with some gameplay. This is a little bit earlier game as I have neglected some of the main quest line, so I wasn't able to finish, or I wasn't able to actually get into the town for my Barbarian class quest, but it literally would not let me in. I don't know if it's bugged or if I have just not progressed far enough in the story. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to progress through a little bit more of the story, do a couple more quests, talk to you along the way. We're going to have some fun. We're going to kill some bad guys, get some loot, and we're going to go back and see if we can actually access the town. I didn't get the waypoint, by the way, so we will no longer have to run all the way there. By the way, the microphone setup is slightly newer. I did put it on an extended arm closer to my face since it was a little quieter last time, and I feel like it's working out much better. I turned the sound effects down a little bit, and we're just going to progress through the story. We're going to have fun. Now, my week has been really busy. I haven't been able to play much at all. I think I only got about an hour, maybe 2 hours into the game. At least it feels like an hour, because my week has been really busy. I've had some stuff going on IRL. Nice little ruby there. Nice little lumberjack axe. This area is a little bit lower. I'm probably over leveled for this area. However, the nice thing in Diablo 4 is the monster scales with you no matter what level you are. And they introduced that, Blizzard introduced this in World of Warcraft. I believe it was during the Legion pre-patch, which was a lot of fun. I did come back to play WoW for the Legion, the pre-launch of the Legion expansion. That was a lot of fun because you can, oh baby, hold everything. We got a legendary mace. Survey says we got a, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Now, why is this awesome? This is awesome not only because it gives us a lot more damage, it's 132 DPS, but also look at the legendary power. Whirlwind leaves behind dust devils that deal 57 damage to surrounding enemies. And what are we working on? We are working on Whirlwind. So now is the time to replace it. The only downside right now is, of course, that it's on a one-handed weapon, and it's time to find out if a Whirlwind will work if we are not using our one-handers. So let's go ahead and do a quick respec. You have a couple of options. Before level 15, I believe it is free unless it has been changed. It was free in beta. You have a couple of options, either refund all, or you want to go back, you can right-click with your mouse button, and you can actually refund some of these. And what we can do is we can spec out of Rend, we can spec into Whirlwind, one point at a time. Of course, we have to have enough because we worked all the way down here. We do need enough points available. And what we're going to do is we're going to take Whirlwind as our basic skill, right? As our right click. And then we're going to use Enhanced Whirlwind. Gain 1 Fury each time Whirlwind deals direct damage to an enemy, or 4 Fury against elite enemies. And then eventually, we do need 1 more skill point. Eventually, we are going to go into, while using a slashing weapon, Whirlwind also inflicts 40% of its base damage as bleeding damage over time. So right now, let's go ahead and move this down. We need to drag this. I'm not sure how to drag this down, but if we hit S, we can actually open up our skill menu, and I can actually replace Rend with Whirlwind, and then we can use our lunging strike. I always want to say Flay, but it's not Flay. We can use our lunging strike, and then we can mess up our first Whirlwind because we get too excited. Let's go ahead and try that again. It is very slow. However, the Dust Devils are amazing. So now that we got our weapon, even though we are using our two-handed axe, we are still getting the benefit of the Dust Devils off of the legendary that we just picked up. It is very, very slow. As I hit the button, there is a 1 second delay, 2 second delay. It does feel very slow. So this is really cool. Even though we are going through a little bit of an early story, this is really cool because now we have actually a power that is helping us. It's helping our Whirlwind. It's helping our Whirlwind get stronger, right? The Dust Devils do 57 damage to surrounded enemies. It's not a lot, but it is account bound, and we can also break it down later and use that power on another weapon. So that is going to be really cool. For the sake of time, I am going to be skipping some of these cutscenes because these cutscenes, you are going to be doing these on lots of different characters, and they are going to get older. So for the sake of time, I just want to get in, bash some heads. We are currently on the quest of In Her Wake. Let's go ahead and open the gate. Let's run in, see what we find there. This is the fun part with lots of stuff coming at us. This should come down. We should be able to jump over this. And then, of course, we need to wait for all of their dialogue, which is only fun the first time around. Now, let's go ahead and use spacebar to jump over this. And we are going to continue. Looks like we got something going on here. By the way, let me know in the comments below if you are enjoying this setup, if you are enjoying the calm commentary. I'm really enjoying making these videos. I like to chat. I like to talk to you as we're going along. Let's go ahead and watch this. Since this is technically the first time around, even though I went through this in beta, we still need to complete these. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dodge that because I don't want to blow up. We're going to get out of that. Wow, that was... The Fury does deplete really, really quickly. So we have to keep an eye on that. That's something we have to keep an eye on. There is a little bit of a delay. It does feel very slow. It feels like for about a second or so, there's a delay. For about a second or so after I click the button, I hold the button down, it doesn't start working till, wow. I almost want to let it go because I get body blocked, and then as I start to let it go, we do start to spin. So right now it doesn't feel like a spin to win. We're gonna have to figure out how we can spin to win a little bit better. Although I gotta say, I am loving the Dust Devils. That is really cool. The fire augmentation is absolutely amazing. Now looking at the map, I don't think I can go that way. I believe we've made this mistake every time I've come down here with friends, and we've always had to go all the way around. And speaking of friends, if you are playing this game and you want to hang out, you want to play, you want to connect, we don't even have to play together. If you just want somebody to connect with, somebody that is playing D4 just like you, feel free to, I do have a Discord. You can connect with us there. I have a couple of friends that are playing this as well. About 5 of us are playing this. And you can also connect with me on BattleNet. My BattleNet is BearCozy1712. That is me. And of course, my Barbarian is also named BearCozy. Let's try to get out of that. It is really, really slow, which is unfortunate. I hope it gets a little bit better. I'm not sure if there's a way to change this on key down instead of key up. I feel like when I hit this, it's very, very delayed. It is not a good feeling, at least as of right now. Not to mention, it does take. Let's eat that like a champ. But we leveled up, so it's all good. We leveled up. We killed a bunch of those guys, and yeah, feels pretty good. Whirlwind also inflicts 40% of his base damage as a bleeding. That is going to help out a lot. I do want to talent out of this. However, I don't have enough. Maybe I need one more point into Whirlwind. Can we talent out of this? I can't. You cannot refund a node that breaks connection. So I don't have enough because I'm all the way down here. I don't have enough skill points to take Rend out. So maybe next level. All right, climbing down the stairs. Let's see what's down here. I have been here before, but I did get lost for a second there. We are still following the main quest, which is really nice. A little bit slower. Pursue Lilith. Here we go. This does take a little bit of time. Not a whole lot going on in between. Of course, we are experiencing this as for the first time, and the cutscenes are very cool. If you have not got a chance to play just yet, feel free to watch some videos, but it is a lot of fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to spin the win. It's a little bit slower. However, now, oh, this is really cool. It is slow. We got to put a couple more talent points into movement speed, which will help. But now our spin to win is actually giving us some bleed damage as well, because we just put a talent point into Ferocious Whirlwind. And I believe this is a slashing weapon, if I'm not mistaken. It is a slashing weapon, so the two-handed axe says slashing right there. The mace is not, but if we had a two-handed sword, that would be slashing as well. Now, the last time I played the Barbarian in here, actually right here, I got myself a nice goblin, and when I killed him, there was a legendary that dropped. So that was a lot of fun. I got all excited chasing the goblin. Of course, it took a little bit to chase this guy around, so that was kind of cool. And we also got a legendary in this video, so something about this area, maybe pure luck, maybe we just got lucky. Oh yeah, here we go. Now it's starting to get a little bit better. The rage still goes down quite a bit. Rage, fury, one or the other, both the same. It does go down quite a bit faster, a little too fast, but of course we are very early game and we are able to spin to win. So that is a lot of fun. Normally, you have to wait quite a while for the spin to win to work. And I like what they've done in Diablo 4. They've actually gave us the abilities to use really fun skills early on. Let's go ahead and play with this guy. He's got 3 enchantments: Hellbound, Multi-Shot, and Explosive, which you can see right at the top there. I can't spin to win because I'm out of Fury. That is not good. And as you can see how slow it is, I have to chase them around. It did stun her, which was awesome. Let's go ahead and leap. That does give us a little bit of Fury as well, so that helps out. It doesn't go down really fast. So as we gain a couple more levels, not only will we be able to pick up faster movement speed, but we'll also be able to get more Fury generation from Lunging Strike, which is our basic skill. I need a couple more points for that. Let's try not to blow up here. Those guys do blow up. So does the barrel. Okay, apparently everything blows up here. So, and I did run out of Fury there. So one of the downsides, if you don't have enough Fury generation, you just stand there. And body blocking is a real thing. Now, a nice little War Staff drop. Let's take a look. I don't believe we can use this, but that is kind of cool. We did get a nice little gem, a Crude Skull, which is very similar to Diablo 2. Diablo 2 was an amazing game, still is an amazing game. And Diablo 3 lost its way a little bit there, but I feel like with D4, they have brought it back to what was the most fun in Diablo 2. Now, I know lots of us enjoyed Diablo 2 for years and years, and D4 feels like they've taken a lot of the good things. It feels very good to play. It feels very familiar, more familiar to D2 than it does to D4, which is a really good feeling, and it plays very similar. Let's go ahead and pop a potion there. I hope you guys are enjoying. For those of you especially that are not able to play just yet due to work or due to life circumstances or just having to wait for the official release, I did want to do something nice for myself, and I wanted to, oh boy, here we go. Mini Butcher pulled me over. Nice little gap closer. I did want to pre-order this because I could not wait to play. After playing in the beta, I said, yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to play this. This guy is like following me around, so let's go ahead and take care of him. Move on. And let's go play with this guy. Now, as I mentioned before, Whirlwind is a little bit slower, but it does feel really good. Let's dodge some of that stuff. We are losing life quickly. They are level 17. We're level 17. We are working our way through. And actually, what's helping us level pretty good is, I don't have any more elixirs. The elixir that you can craft at the Alchemist for 5% more experience, that is helping quite a bit. 5% is not a lot, but I feel like it does help. Here we go. Let's spin and win through some of that. Pop a nice little whirlwind there. That's kind of cool. Let's dodge that. I don't want to blow up. And since this is a very early game, there we go. We got some nice bleeds going on. Whirlwind is doing quite a bit of good damage. And of course the bleeds are helping. Let's go ahead and top off. We are getting closer to level 20, which means we'll be able to upgrade our tiny healing potion a little bit more. We did get a nice legendary one-handed mace. Whirlwind leaves behind Dust Devils. I have to remember what they're called. I keep forgetting. Dust Devils. But it is helping a lot, and visually, it's a lot of fun visually, so I'm really enjoying that. Fury will come. I am still enjoying this right now. As we gain a couple more levels, it will come. Now, is it time for... No, it's not. Is it time? Is it time to seal the door? We can go ahead and spin the win. Spin the win. Lunge and strike. Try not to get hit by that guy. One of my favorite things about Whirlwind, I call spin the win, of course, is the ability to be able to move when you're not out of Fury. When you're out of Fury, it just feels really bad. But if you have enough resource generation, which we will at a later date, once we get a few more levels, we get some better gear, it feels really good because you can just hold it down and you can just spin, and that gives you a lot of mobility. Because now, let's go ahead and hit that button 3 times and still didn't jump. So it's a little bit laggy. I wouldn't say laggy, but it is a little bit, there's a little bit of hesitation there. All right, moving deeper into the cost of knowledge, we are pursuing Lilith. Let's go ahead and tap this healing well. By the way, if you don't know, whenever you tap a healing well, it also restores your potions. So if you have 2 out of 4 or 3 out of 4, it will, or it should restore your potions to 4 out of 4. Now, coming up on her mother, I've seen this before. I will not spoil this. No spoilers. If you want to experience this, I'm going to skip this. This fight is a little tricky. It is a little bit easier with more people. I'll tell you that right now. Bring some friends that are on the same quest line as you. Don't want to stand in that. Bring some friends that are on the same quest line as you. They do help you. They will help you a lot. I'm taking a ton of damage right now because of the vulnerability. It's a lot easier with a couple of friends. One of the challenges with the Barbarian is we are, of course, melee. But that is a little tough. I have to run around and try to dodge stuff and try to chase everything to get into combat range. She is going down quite a bit. We're on World Tier 2. I don't have the best gear. The gear is okay. Let's try to get out of that so we don't blow up. Hopefully here we can level. I'm assuming these guys give us experience. That'd be nice. I am taking a ton of damage and there's stuff flying everywhere. But we'll get through it. Maybe not. I'm down to one last potion. I might have to. Don't want to stand in that because from experience, if you go in there, there we go. I got one more potion. Let's pop this for bigger regen. Whoa. The vulnerability is definitely hurting me a lot. Trying to dodge it best I can. I'm not doing the best job. In beta, I definitely struggle with this. I have 1 potion, 2 potions. Not too bad. She will drop more potions when we do get her to the last triangle. So as long as we don't run out between now and then, that's going to be okay. Let's go ahead and pop our rallying cry really quickly here. It's getting tougher. Definitely getting tougher. The vulnerability doesn't help. Maybe we can spin the win a little bit. I was hoping to level in here. Doesn't look like I will be able to. Ooh, vulnerability into a stun. That is not a good look for us. Let's go ahead and jump out. I don't think we're going to be able to complete this. That Pit Lord is definitely kicking my butt. Yeah, I see that. He's like, you don't have any potions. Looks like we're just going to have to rip-a-roni here. Wow. Okay, so that's a thing. Well, there goes our second attempt. Unfortunately, I was not able to do this, so it looks like I'm going to have to bring some friends. All right, here we go. I found myself a friend. We're going to do this with the help of a really good friend, Zeranium. Now, he's a few levels higher than I am, and right now, he's just hanging out, watching the cutscene while I'm dying. So, we're going to do this with the camera off. I am going ham on these guys, and as you can see, I'm getting wrecked. I'm not sure if the difficulty goes up. I feel like it does. I have done this with 4 players in the party on beta, and it was very difficult, but it also was a lot faster. So as you can see, unfortunately, melee is a little bit more difficult here, right? Being melee or being melee, however you call it, is harder because not only do we have to dodge all this stuff, but we also have to chase the mobs around. And of course, we're pretty slow at this point, which does get a lot better later on. The Barbarian is one of the classes, as well as the Druid, that starts out a little bit slower and feels a little weak till about level 20. I've actually found a significant boost around level 24, 25. But I wanted to record this, and I wanted to voice over this. Me and Zura were actually in voice chat hanging out, so that is the reason why I'm voicing this over. I wanted to record this to make sure that you guys got to see the gameplay. We did down him. It was challenging. I feel like World Tier 2 is challenging, especially the first time around, because let's face it, we start out with no gear, still working on finding the gear, and we're trying to make it work. Not a whole lot of legendaries as well, not a whole lot of powers. So we are doing the best we can, but this turned out okay. All right, so as you could tell by the boss HP up top, we're getting her down pretty good. She's down about 2/3 of the way. We do have some more potions coming up. I have 4 out of 4 potions right now, but they do deplete very quickly. The damage is a little overtuned for this because as you can see how fast I went down. And not to mention we were chatting about other stuff in the game. At some point, or at multiple points during the fight, we were not focusing on what was going on and probably should have been. And also, Zura has the skill that he's laying down on the floor, and I could not see what was going on because of all the AoE. Friendly AoE, enemy AoE tends to be a lot, and it's very distracting. But we're doing pretty good. We're making our way through, and this is actually really exciting. This, I found out, is the key to progressing through the story through Act 1, and also being able to get to the Barbarian only quest at level 15. Now, I've attempted the Barb class quest at level 15, and I actually was not able to enter that part of the town. I've tried it in 3 different ways, 3 different entrances, and it locked me out. I was literally not able to walk into the town. So my next best guess was to try and progress through the story, and that is exactly what we did here. And since I got stuck, it's good to have friends. So there we go, going into the cutscene. I won't spoil it for you if you feel like watching it. We're going to get some loot. We're going to turn these quests in, and then, of course, we are going to progress to the Barbarian only quest. So if you feel like watching that, stay tuned. That's going to be in the next video.